Hi, my name is Jim Nucciarino. I'm the head golf professional here at Lexington Country Club. And here's the tip of the week. Today, I'd like to give you a few tips that hopefully will help you improve your putting. We all know that we drive for show and putt for dough. And I'm sure you'll all agree that it's very true. Putting can totally make up for a multitude of sins if we can 1 and 2 putt the greens. And also we know that if we 3 and 4 putt, it can ruin our score. So this, I would say, is the most frustrating part or the most fun part of the game of golf. So I'd like to go over a few different tips and a few thoughts, so next time when you come out to the putting green, you can write down, pull out, and check these few tips and see if they don't help improve your putting. Number one, I want to talk about feel, because we all know if we haven't played for quite a while, usually we say, I've lost my feel. I don't have a feel for putting. I've got to get out there and practice. Well, one important thing that I want to emphasize is grip pressure. On a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is the tightest you can hold it, I want you to try to hold it throughout the entire stroke 4. Okay? I know it's easier said than done. If you notice, take your putter and extend it straight out and get a feel for what 10 would be. So hold it straight out and hold it as tight as you can. We're going to call that 10. After you do that, keep the putter there and then try to feel 4. And right away you're going to feel the head of the club drop. And all of a sudden you can feel the club head. So that's one important reason why we want to keep constant grip pressure throughout the entire stroke. So many times a change in swing speed is preceded by a change in grip pressure. So how many times have you gone out and you take it back with a comfortable grip of maybe 4 or 5, and on the way through you grab it tight, and that of course stops the putter head and decelerates the club head. And that, of course, in my opinion, is the number one problem that putters have: decelerating. Another way they decelerate is by taking it back too far and slowing down. So that, of course, we don't want. So by thinking grip pressure of 4 throughout the stroke, the putter head won't stop. It'll keep going through. Once you grab it tight, it of course stops and we decelerate. That's when the putter head goes off the line, and also, of course, we mishit it. So it's so important to keep that in mind. Also, we want to keep away from thinking hands and wrists. I know it's natural to use hands and wrists, but that's something that you really don't want to have in your putting stroke, because there's so many times using the hands and wrists we're going to hit it either too hard or too soft. And the only way to get a consistent feel is to be able to do it rocking our shoulders, feeling one piece. Rock, rock. So by using the one piece takeaway and through, rocking our shoulders, you're going to find that you're going to have better contact with the ball. And that's the only way you can consistently get a feel for how hard to hit it. Because if you're wristy and you're hitting it too far, we call a no-brainer, where you go by 5-10 feet, or if you stub it, or if you hit it just right. It's really a matter of, if you do it enough times, you're going to have some good putts, but too many bad ones, and where you're going to be in position to 3-putt it. So by using a one-piece takeaway, our shoulders, rocking and rocking, you're going to find you're going to hit the ball more solidly, and when you do that, you can then acquire a feel. Whenever you're out there and you're feeling nervous, don't you usually say, "Oh, I feel so nervous," and your hands are shaking? I don't see anybody say, "Oh, I feel so nervous." No, because we don't feel it in our shoulders, because they're the bigger, heavier, slower moving muscles. But the hands are the light, fast, quick moving muscles. And that's when we get the yips, and that's when we have a lot of trouble in putting. So we're going to go back to the thought of a one-piece takeaway by using my shoulders, my left shoulder in particular, rock, rock, keeping the same grip pressure. What happens if you keep the same grip pressure and you find your hands are taking over? This is very important, and I want you to be aware of this. Most people try to use their shoulders, and they go back fairly well, they come through and stop them, and if the shoulders stop, something has to move the club head, and that's the hands and wrists, and that's where you're getting the yips. So I want you to be aware of the shoulders rocking through. Okay? Back, through. Very important. I'd like to demonstrate using the rocking of the shoulders. Not bad. So if you can stay away from your hands and wrists, merely use the hands for feel. By gripping it at a 4, you're going to have real good feel, and you're going to have a consistent stroke going through the ball, accelerating through it, and not decelerating. When you do that, you're going to find you're going to have a lot more 1 and 2 putts. Try it, and I think it'll improve your putting quite a bit.